It's time to update the family snacks for the week, and so I am going to be baking using my absolute Bible, which is the Country Women's Association cookbook. Everything in this book is so nostalgic of my childhood and so simple to make. I'm working my way through quite a number of recipes, but as I prefer baking, I'm definitely trying a lot more of the baking and dessert options, and something that's an absolute favorite in the family are jam drops. So 5 ingredients only in this very simple yet absolutely delicious recipe that lasts us all week long. So let's make jam drops. You need 2 eggs. These are from our chickens, 125 grams of room temperature butter, 2 cups of self-raising flour, 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar, and set aside some plain flour. You'll know to use that later. Creaming the butter first, and we add the sugar in. Glorious. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees, and then we are going to add in the eggs one at a time, making sure there is no shells or any extra bits in there. Look at that golden dough. Okay, next we're going to hand mix the flour in because we don't want to overmix the dough. And finally, you want to set up 2 oven trays with baking paper on each of them, and you're ready to roll. Okay, now you can see here we have our beautiful jam drop dough. The next job is to roll them into little balls. Now, do not be tempted to grab a large amount like this. The reason I'm using a teaspoon is because you really only want to grab a very small amount. The ball should be, you should be aiming for the size of a walnut essentially. So it is, I have tried to do them slightly larger because it is quite tedious trying to roll these little balls. However, the outcome just makes for a far more delicious biscuit when you control the size of the balls. Halfway through the batch, there were a few on that first batch that I was thinking were a little large, so I just went and pinched a little bit off. I do find when you have wet hands, the dough is a lot easier for you to work with. It can get a little bit sticky. Okay, we have all of our little jam drops ready to go. Now this is the part where this little thing of flour is here because you're going to dip the end of a wooden spoon into the flour, and then you're going to gently press holes into each of the little balls. These are going to be filled with jam. Let's get it done. The next step is to pop the jam. I use a raspberry jam and a teaspoon, and basically I just use my finger to kind of edge the jam in there, and it's just a little bit into that hole. This can be a little bit tedious, but you do get used to it. Here they are, golden and delicious. Oh my God, so sweet. Not all the sizes are exactly correct, but you know what? That is the fun part about just baking for enjoyment rather than aesthetics. So these taste so good. Perfection.